Hello viewers. Tonight I'm gonna start reading chapter 3 of Claymore. So without further ado, here we go. I'm going to zoom this up. Maybe that's good. 170 is good. Alright. Huff, 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 huff. Thud, slump, and the man falls. Or the boy, or whoever this is. I think this is, yeah, this is the boy. This is the boy, goodness, it's been so long since I've read this, I forgot his name. So we're having a flashback scene here. You're not afraid of me? You don't need to know my name. You'll forget it soon enough. And he wakes. Oh my. Okay, he's in this bed all alone. Huh? Where am I? Oh, you're awake. You were almost dead. You were lucky to be rescued. Huh? Well, eat. You haven't eaten in days, have you? It's a miracle you made it across the wasteland with so few provisions. Where am I? Oh! The inn. The inn at Aegon Village. You've been sleeping since yesterday. Growl. Goes to this little boy's stomach because he's hungry. Okay. You must be hungry. Go on. Dig in. Oh, but I don't have any money. I can't even pay you for this room. Don't worry about the money. Your food and lodging has already been paid for. What? By a silver-eyed witch. Did you say a silver-eyed witch? What was her name? Don't know. She didn't say, and I didn't ask. Still, what a sight. A silver-eyed witch walked into the village carrying a half-dead boy. She brought you here to the inn, put you in a bed, and paid for your food and lodging. Now that is interesting. The fact that it would seem Claire has paid for his food and lodging, but I guess there's no repercussions for her spending a little of the money that she received from jobs, because she isn't getting any money from herself, her own personal wealth. So, because as far as I knew, they usually give their money to the people from the organization, basically. Okay. Here we go. So where is she now? Don't know. But we didn't call her to this village. She probably headed off to her next job. Looks like the little boy's grabbing something. I forget his name. What was it? I forget his name. Oh my goodness. It's been because I've read this manga about 2 times over, and I still forget names. I don't know. Sorry, I gotta go. No, sorry, I gotta get going. Thanks for everything. Hey, wait. Aren't you going to eat? Yeah, he's gonna eat, but he's gonna run while eating it to chase this Claymore woman. Okay. Hey, slow down or you'll choke. Thanks for the food. Goodbye. Sure. Take care. Badum. I don't know why the sound effect is here. I guess I don't know. I mean, I still try to say the sound effects, even though probably are not so good. Okay, everybody's dressed in village clothing. Okay. Headscarves. Pretty interesting. Okay, he says nothing there. Claire! And he's having a flashback of what Claire said to him. She says, "You're not afraid of me?" Because he was surprised that he was not scared of her and was very interested in her for some reason. Okay. You don't need to know my name. You'll forget it soon enough. My name's Claire. Okay. I mean, I know my voice for women is going to be terrible, but what can I do? I don't think really any male narrator for manga or stories like this can really do much better. Unless, I mean, I know some people do have voice training. They can do very feminine voices. I am not among those people. You're the one who was carried into town yesterday. A Claymore was looking for you. He's very confused. He's wondering, if that's her, I guess. What? Where? Where is she now? She left town and headed for the woods nearby. Thank you! Oh, says the guy. Okay. And here we go, the dark, scary woods, with all types of fog and such. Oh, how terrifying. As he walks past, crack, go the trees. It's just absolutely terrifying for a little boy to be walking in the deep, dark forest, all alone. Huff, huff, huff. Surprise! Who is this? Claire? And let's see, it's what appears to be a Claymore. It's not her. Are you alone? Yeah. Yes. Are you the one that saved me? Oh, that. No need to thank me. But why did you? You don't even know me, and you even paid for my food and lodging. I just wanted to help you out. I just wanted to help out, she didn't say you. We Claymores are kind at heart. Huh? What's more... And he's surprised. He knows that something is strange here, and he's very suspicious of what is going on. I took a liking to you. I wanted to make you mine. Oh no. He shoves this woman off of him. He says, you're not a Claymore. Claymores never ever called themselves by that name. And I have to say, as we read this manga, I don't really know if this is necessarily a true statement, if this particular plot device that they're using here, the sort of narrative concept of them not being named Claymore and not being called by Claymore, or them not calling each other Claymores, is necessarily at play later in the story. I can't really say. To me, it was never something I really understood or really liked, because it would be common sense that they would be called Claymores and they would sort of accept that fact because they deal with people on a daily basis. But hey, that's just me sort of thinking about the implications of that. It seems somewhat nonsensical to me. Alright. Oh, is that so? I don't know. I have to remember that. Okay. I didn't know. I have to remember that. She says, oh no, she's a Yama. Oh, he's terrified. What's going to happen? He's going to be ripped apart. Gashan! Ugh! You're pretty smart, but you followed me here just as I planned. You can come out now. I know you've been following me. I'm your next job, aren't I? Huh? Thud. Okay. And here is the leading woman, Claire. Alright. The heroine of the story. Okay. Claire! You don't give up, do you? No matter how far I run or hide, you stick to me like a shadow. I don't know if that's her saying, is that the Yama speaking, or is that Claire speaking? Okay. Oh yeah, I guess that's the Yama speaking. You don't give up, do you? No matter how far I run or where I hide, you stick to me like a shadow. I'm sick of it. Okay. Looks like she's walking closer. Hey! Don't make another move. And she seems to take note. She's planning something. I know how fast Claymores are. Take one more step and I'll rip out his throat. One false move, and I'll do it. First drop your sword, and no tricks. Kashan, I don't understand the sound effect. I don't know. I mean, as I read comic books, I see these sound effects written out in in letters, and I mean, Kashan Shaq something. Okay. I still try to do the sound effects, even though I know. I mean, they probably sound pretty nonsensical to the viewers. And me too, because I'm sure I'm not doing them right. Well, okay. What makes you think a hostage will stop me? Uh-oh. This is using the boy as a human shield. I never thought it would. At least not until yesterday. And she's surprised. She's evaluating the situation, it would seem. But I saw you carry him into town with such care, I changed my mind. No, the voice should be more monstrous for a Yoma. I guess. I mean, maybe it was a bit... I don't know. I don't know, people. You'll just have to bear with me. You really will. That's when I knew he would be useful. I'm trying to make it seem menacing. I don't know if it is. Okay, she seems as though she's ready to draw her sword. Ah! You may be part monster and a ruthless killer, but you used to be human. Even if you can keep your emotions in check, a silver-eyed witch can't forget memories of her past life. For instance, when you were human, you might have had a little brother. Maybe this boy reminds you of him. And she's just giving a cold, dead stare. He goes, well, am I right? Go ahead, if you can kill me along with the boy, then do it. Blah, ha 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 ha. Oh, goodness. I'm sure there's a terrible villain laugh. I mean, I can do villain laughs, sort of, but doing a female demon villain laugh that is a little bit above my skills and capabilities. Oh, my goodness. I try to have as much vocal range as possible in these situations. However, I have to say I have to ultimately fail that endeavor. Okay, surprise. Oh, she throws the sword down. What is she planning? Let's see. Okay. I mean, even the boy is surprised, is thinking, why did you do that to your sword? You know, how's that? Blah! You fool! You humans are really fool. You humans are fools. Okay, no. You're only half human. You Claymores are half of nothing. But uh-oh. Here she is going into a sprint. Ka-thunk! What type of sound effect is... okay. I do the sound effects anyway. I know they're absolutely terrible. Claire, look out! Ha ha ha! I got you! I sliced right through a claymore. Hurts, doesn't it? Even if you are a claymore when your guts are pierced. Huh? Whomp. Oh my. The suspense. What? Oh! Oh! Don't make me laugh. Do you think a fall like that could hurt a Yoma? Okay. Let me see. And she's down the ground. Thud. Thump. Okay. Swak. Cuts the arm off. Oh my. Okay. I did warn viewers if you didn't watch the first episode, I did say there would be a lot of violence. Most of these episodes are just going to be just senseless violence, just absolute bloodshed and gore, which has its own implications, people. I'm not blind to it. Some of you are somewhat more used to the philosophical type videos, but this is being done for educational purposes, implications. In terms of commentary as well, some of you probably don't read comic books or manga, you don't know what's in it. But as I said in the first chapter, some of these chapters are just going to be bloody, unfortunately. Oh yes. But anyhow. Gah! Gah! Okay. And, ooh, that is a nasty cut that this Yoma has. Okay. Thunk! Oh, goodness. That is just absolute savagery. Just cutting the head off. Absolutely terrifying. Terrible. Just awful. And I wonder, they said I can carry a two-handed greatsword with one hand. I'm thinking, shouldn't they just give them bigger swords then, so they can carry them with two hands? I've already said this before, but I don't know. I mean, it's just me. I just think, but hey, it's not up to, I didn't write it. Okay. Thump. And blood on her face, blood on her lips. I guess she's gonna drink that today. I mean, hand in her abdomen. Pretty nasty. Okay. Tup, dop, swap. Whup. Okay. Throb. Because this Yoma blood is going to heal their bodies. Oh, sorry for spoiling that. But that's a small spoiler, to be entirely honest. At least I think so. Thack. Okay. This sound effect that I just hate saying it. I don't know. That noise when all the veins are popping and all this. Okay? I'm not even going to try to say it. Claire! Okay. And she's busy basically having her flesh magically heal. Okay. Out of basically nothingness. Oh my, he's really messed up. Snot, tears, all types of crazy stuff. Blood on her mouth, blood on her face. Maybe she'll lick it off. I don't know. Disgusting. Okay. Are you okay, Claire? Okay. I'm sorry, Claire. It's my fault. It's all my fault. Don't get the wrong idea. Huh? I didn't throw the sword away because of you. I only did it to trap the Yoma. If I'd gone through you to get to him, he would have killed you and gotten away. So I dropped my sword to draw him in. Oh, I see. What are you doing here anyway? Oh, so that was a man. So I guess I was supposed to do a man voice, but it was I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe I don't know. I still did a female voice for the Yoma because it did, basically took the form of a woman, so okay. I don't know if they used a male or a female voice in the anime episode of this. I believe they had this chapter in the anime episode. Okay. Oh, I see. What are you doing here anyway? You're a long way from your village. Oh no, I'm doing the boy's voice for the girl. Okay. Oh, I see. What are you doing here anyway? You're a long way from your village. Huh, well, did they throw you out? It's like Joel. Oh yeah, they threw me out. No, You're my brother. Mother and father, here's a flashback of her as a little girl, or it would seem. Why? Why are you doing this? Okay. What will we do with her? Poor Claire. Her father and mother were killed, and her brother was a Yoma. The poor child. But if we raise her here, we can't say for sure that she's not a Yoma herself. Truth be told, the ones to be afraid of are those close to the Yoma's victims. Okay. Sad flashback moment. Okay, the whole dynamic they had in this manga and the anime was kind of interesting. Excuse me. It was kind of interesting how basically the Yoma type dynamic acted sort of like a parasite, and as I said in the first two episodes, Yoma means evil spirit, so in real life the word Yoma has a spiritual meaning. Anyhow, interesting dynamic. So you don't know who's a Yoma, Everybody's terrified. No one really knows what's going to happen. No, that's not why. I'm not a Yama. Do you know how to cook? He's getting it together. Okay. You said before that you would do the cooking. Are you any good? Oh, he's crying. Now he gets to travel around with Claire like a little dog. Okay, a little puppy dog. Okay then. Yeah. Pretty much, okay. If you can cook, you can follow me. Until we reach a town where you'd want to live. Okay. Some type of sound effect. I can hardly keep up with all these sound effects. I don't know what whip? Who knows? Does she turn around and make that noise? I have no idea. Okay! Okay, folks, this was chapter 3. As far as I'm concerned, par for the course, plenty of violence, pretty crazy, folks. We see her heal her body, just absolute savagery, bloodshed. A lot of chapters are going to be like this. This is exactly why I say I'm going to need to mix this up with Battle Angel Alita. I am. And don't worry, I'm going to get to chapter 155 at some point, but we have not come to the most interesting implications of this manga, of what it presents. But my job is basically to read it and provide commentary. A lot of you individuals who watch my channel, maybe you're not familiar with some Japanese manga and what it presents, but basically I'm just introducing it to people, and basically if it provides entertainment to some people, or if some people find it interesting, that's good too. Everyone's welcome here. So yes, very interesting dynamics in this story as to what it all seems to represent. And I made a comment in the last Claymore reading. I don't know if it was received well, but I said to that person named Blood Moon, or whatever his username is, I said that basically that, I don't know. I mean, to me, violent combat is more interesting especially if the characters are kind of savage and it's almost there's blood, there's guts. I think it works, and I was talking about this before. I think it works better when the style and the aesthetic is sort of barbaric and Conan. A Conan barbaric. Okay? Not Conan as Conan O'Brien. That is not who I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, that's awful. No. I'm talking about Conan the Barbarian, but of course I had talked about this before. People, you all know that I'm sort of partial to that. But I'd said in the comment section, I'd said, I think if the aesthetic was more savage, maybe if they had axes, if you had crazy axe-wielding women, sort of savage, and I don't know. Yeah, that has more sex appeal than what Claymore has in it, but to me, I just think, if it were to be this way, I don't know. They say they need less armor for more speed, but I think if that's the case, why wear much armor at all? Why not just pretty much dress in some of the most, lightest stuff you could fight in? Because they technically don't need armor, but I've talked about this so many times, But yes, because they basically just heal over, and it's just as you saw. We're going to see a lot of this. I just say, that's not necessarily spoiling anything when I say that, she's going to be hit in all types of stuff, she's going to get injured in all types of ways. And the armor, look at how useful that armor is. Wow, that armor sure was made to protect you from some weak Yoma. They're not even the strongest enemies in this manga, but hey, that armor is like paper. That's why I say, why even wear armor at all? Why not be cool like Conan? I know some people may say, that's skimpy, that's crazy. And all of it's skimpy as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, it's skimpy if you're not wearing a full set of armor. If you're not wearing a full set of armor, it's skimpy by default. As far as I'm concerned, this is skimpy just based on the fact it's not a full set of armor. I mean, and there are lighter types of armor. There's chainmail, there's ringmail, okay, there's leather armor, there's light leather armor. I mean, we've played RPGs, we know about this. If you've played like Dungeons and Dragons, other types of RPGs, and they move pretty fast, but you know, but yeah, pretty much Conan is running around with his sword, and you know, I mean, to me that's more exciting. I like that aesthetic more. It's more colorful. The creator of this manga, it gets kind of how should I say, it's sort of bio horror, sort of, in a sense, bio horror. You know, it's sort of this, it's sort of a scary, but not in the usual sense. And we'll see how scary, how it's not necessarily scary. It's going to get disgusting. I'll put it like that. There's going to be a lot of bodily fluids. There's going to be a lot of weird flesh type things and blood and all types of nasty stuff that is going to seem alien, okay, and pretty disgusting. And I don't know. I mean, to me, this aesthetic is far less desirable and far less enjoyable than this, okay. But on the subject of eyes, that reminds me, because I might as well share with some of the Claymore, the people who are interested in these Claymore videos. Where do I have it? I have one video that I may wish to show. I wonder if I should go to BitChute or YouTube. I don't know, because I'm not particularly logged in. I don't like accumulating watch time on my main YouTube channel, so I try not to do that. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to BitChute. I will show you a person who has some weird eyes in real life that are slit pupils. And some of you wonder why some of you, I'm sure you wonder why I look into things as much as I do. I have this video on my main channel too, but I'm just here on BitChute. I know that not everyone likes BitChute. I don't particularly like BitChute. If you use BitChute, let me give you some advice. Don't go to the comment sections. Don't go to the comment forums are terrible. Don't go to them. Okay? If you want to be called some stuff, you go to the comment section. Because here, you see, it's like YouTube used to be, where you can curse and you can use any words you want, and there's no AI to stop you, which is pretty cool, honestly, sometimes. I mean, I think most people like talking trash every now and then on a social media site. It's a pleasure that many people have forgotten about. For some reason, this is not loading well, very quickly, in this room. And this room has pretty good Wi-Fi. I have no idea why. Okay. Maybe this, yeah, it should load right up. Anyhow, this woman's eye is, take a look at that. Folks, if you want to find this video of this woman's eye who has a slit pupil, and you can be the judge of it yourself if you think her pupil is slit. And I have other videos of old movies where people have slit pupils, like snake-like pupils. I know this is a pretty weird thing to cover. The resolution is not as good here on BitChute. And actually, this is so important, I probably should go to my main YouTube channel and just show it. I mean, why not? To be entirely honest, but 1 second, actually, I'm gonna have to get my password, honestly. Okay, it might go dark for a while. No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Actually, I just put it this way. If you want to find that video, because I know BitChute does all types of terrible things to videos. But if you look at this video I have, and I'll show you the video, if you want to see someone with a slit pupil, and you can see it there, actually, I'll do better than that. Psalms Strategies. Psalm Strategies is something that this woman, Jenny Weaver, had on her website, Jenny Weaver Worships. Okay. She's a she's basically a charlatan who sells all types of stuff in the name of Jesus Christ. She's profiteering off the church, okay, etc., so forth and so on. I try not to say etc. That's Latin. It means basically so on. It means the same thing as the English, so on and so forth and what have you. And I try not to use too much Latin. But anyway, I just put it this way. I'm not going to go through the trouble of looking for this woman's video. I have a video of her with a slit pupil. And I know some of you are probably thinking, what are you talking about? Honestly, I must be absolutely crazy, right? Or what art thou talking about, rather? Trying to really improve those early modern English grammar skills. Anyhow, if you want to see that video, come right here to review of Jenny Weaver's shop. And you also get to learn how easily people can take money and really profiteer and make a whole business out of church, okay? Which maybe some of you are Christian, maybe you're not, but hey, you know, a lot of us have heard, and you know, it is a true thing. There are people who would take your money. I don't fall for it. I try to help people not to fall for it. But you see this woman in this video, on this woman named on Jenny Weaver's website. She has an eye that has a slit pupil, and one day I'll show you more videos with people with slit pupils. But that's something I want to do later on. Anyhow, as I said, my plan next is to read Battle Angel Alita. Okay, this seems like a very interesting. Well, I've already read Battle Angel Alita, at least a lot of it. But I just put it this way: Battle Angel Alita is pretty big, and I'll also say this: I'm not gonna be able to read all of these just at once. I may even read something with some comedy in it, to be entirely honest. It's, you know, I get kind of tired of the edginess, the blood, the killing. It's not something I take pleasure in. However, for the purpose of showing the viewers what culture is, you know, what culture is present, what many of your young teenagers and so forth like, you know, and what is out here. Okay, I mean, she has the blood on her mouth. She's all in it. I mean, this is why I say, I mean, the clean, I told Blood Moon, I said, the clean armor is, I mean, the white armor, the white aesthetic. It seems, and Blood Moon's a user who's left very informative, very good comments on the channel, quite frankly. And I just shared my opinion with him. I said, I mean, I think as bloody and as savage as they get with the snake eyes, honestly, I mean, and people can say, hey, I'm kind of a hypocrite because I talked about sex appeal, but, I mean, truth be told, I see sex appeal in so much, but personally, I admit it. I admit there's sex appeal in most things. I don't really hold one piece of media above another, but I will say, you know, I see sex appeal in most things. That's something you're going to have to get used to. I even think that the sword is a sexual symbol. The sword is a known phallic symbol. The sword represents, and read some books on symbolism, and one day I may show you some good books on symbolism, people. I may do some videos on how to find books on symbolism, where to go, and what certain types of symbolism happen to be in media. But the sword is sexual in a phallic, symbolic, sort of philosophical sense. A lot of people don't view swords as sexual symbols, but they have been traditionally viewed as such. But anyhow, people, and if you don't believe me about the slit pupils, hey folks, take a look at my video on Jenny Weaver and go to her website if you don't believe me, and see if I'm lying about that. Okay, it's on a particular page of her website about the e-courses, and that video will show you what I'm talking about. Okay, it's the one with the woman covering her eye with the book, and if you go to her website, you can download the photo right off her website. You can see if I'm lying. Okay, but anyhow, yeah, I mean, Blood Moon, you know, he talked, Crimson Blood Moon, I believe his name is, he told me about, he talked a little bit about the armor, and I mean, we also got in a discussion about how savage, you know, the sort of idea of savagery, you know, versus civilization, and I think that's what the author is trying to do. I agree with Blood Moon. I think the author is trying to sort of create that context of where the savage is more powerful than the civilized in this anime, in this manga and anime. However, what I think does not work in that context, and I don't think it's necessarily that, because they're sort of artificial. They're not necessarily natural, which is why, he did a good comparison to wolves. And I had to say, I don't think wolves are such a good comparison because it isn't necessarily so very natural. And of course, you can see our comments in the earlier videos. You can read the comment sections. Very good use of the YouTube comment forums, I have to say. YouTube comment forums are not often used that well. Anyhow, and of course, I don't know if he's still watching this channel. I have no idea. But anyhow, this, the aesthetic of armor and stuff, I think for it to be more savage, I think if she had I know they have furs, different types of armor that just looks more savage. And Conan was kind of savage. That sort of, and Robert E. Howard was a real, as an author, he really sort of showed that conflict between the savage and the civilized, and I think he did a really good job at portraying that. This author, it's a bit different. It's more like you have this alien flesh inside of you, and you're different than human. And it's almost like you can't really consider it savage in a common sense, because it's not necessarily like an animal. It's like Yoma it's more like something demonic and alien. I'll put it that way. But very good discussion, very interesting concepts that we talked about. Very interesting. But people, this is the third chapter. It wasn't very exciting. I may be reading a different manga the next time for the manga reading. Not much commentary to add to this. As you can see, it was pretty bloody, pretty action-packed, so to speak. Alright. Very interesting. May the Lord bless ye, and farewell. Alright. Still trying to get used to that early modern English grammar. Anyhow, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Been reading a lot of old books.